Hello, everybody. Some days you wake up and you're just happy with all the news feeds you're going through, and that is today. Today is a great day to get up and open the news. I want to do this live. I've had so many invites, I have incredible works coming forward that I'm going to go live for everybody as I go through them. Texas, New York, Pennsylvania, monumental things coming forward for me. They're just going to be excellent for the credibility of our party and what we're doing. And it's good for the public to see that, all the party insiders. I know a lot of people have fallen off, but that's okay. You got to shake out the crap. Sometimes we got to do that, and I do it routinely. Anyone who's followed me for a very long time, I shake it out, I get rid of it, we don't take it with us. We go forward positive. Now, speaking of positive developments, folks, Joe Biden, King Charles III are in big trouble. Yes, as the Guardian reports, I've been watching it come to fruition. And if you want to know where environmental crazy socialism comes from King Charles III, the royal family, the colonial design of what was Great Britain. Now, the royal family will continue on. They will rope as many as they can. Why? Because they don't believe in citizens. They believe and subscribe to subjects. That is their entire existence. Subjects, slaves to the crown. None of them work for a living. They suck on the tit of all the Commonwealth. You all pay to enrich their lives and make them Hollywood-type celebrities. And just like all Hollywood's wealthy, elite, rich, they believe that they can change the world through environmental socialism. Not viable environmental change, but bankruptcy and destruction of who? The subjects. The subjects, folks. But guess what's happened today? Of the 7 colonials, 5 have told King Charles III to beat it. They've all removed themselves from the environmental charter. The environmental charter that comes from the 2012 Commonwealth Charter. They're gone. Very few kingdoms remain. EU is splitting up on the issue. And what is it in regards to? That companies, foreign and domestic, can sue the government, which is crown governments, who have subjects who are liable. You and me, the working Joe Janes, our children yet to be born will be liable for their profit losses in environmental socialism as we force these companies to transition, and they can't. So they lose a ton of money, and now they can sue you if they invested into your country. Countries like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, we can go on and on. A pile of other kingdoms with separate crowns outside of King Charles III have all walked away. Officially today, we now have 7 who've walked away. It's falling apart. Who else signed on with this energy charter? Who else helped design this? Well, folks, there's only one president in the entire world that made this pact under King Charles III with former Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Who's that asshole? Well, folks, that's Joe Biden. Read the new 2021 Atlantic Charter. And if anyone disputes the fact that the old 1941 Atlantic Charter has led to the Russia-Ukrainian war, all evidence and everything related to the Yalta Conference, the Ally agreed terms as they created the P5, will show you that the Atlantic Charter was instrumental. and it forbid countries from invading other countries' sovereign territory. But that was ripped up by guess who? Joe Biden and Boris Johnson, who ran away and quit. He quit because all these things are rearing their ugly head in the UK today. All academic experts attached to government are saying, leave the climate contract, leave the environmental charter. It is not viable. The subjects can't pay. There's going to be a revolution in all of these countries because people can't pay. It's called socialism. Not just any old socialism, everybody. Divine socialism from a wealthy elite. Joe Biden is going to find his world change. I don't see how the world can go forward with him and his Atlantic Charter. He's created a mess of the world. He's making a mess of the United States of America. He's attacked the Supreme Court of the United States of America and lost on everything he's tried to do. Literally a 94% losing rate for Joe Biden. And his answer is get rid of the independent judiciary. A tyrant? Yes, the biggest tyrant America's ever seen. Bum buddies with King Charles III. The King of Kings, King Rex Charles III. Look it up in Latin. He calls himself King of Kings. He wrote all of these things while his mother was in power. He wrote them all. The Commonwealth Charter 2012. Go read it, folks. All of the environmental socialism is there. That is the birth of it. Again, you can go back to 1993, and guess who you find there? Prince Charles. Prince Charles, as he did the 2012, he did the 93. Goes on and on. We can go through Latin America. This guy is a disease. He's a disease throwaway from the old world order. That whole family is. Anyone who would bend their knee to another human being and worship them as a divine human on earth, state with church under it, there's something wrong with you. And we need to get this out to educate people, because even the rest of the colonials are all going, goodbye, Charles. We're done. We're out of here. You're an idiot. And so is Joe Biden. Sadly, President of the United States of America. Bankrupt the citizens. For the Commonwealth, that's subjects. We're all subjects. Read your Constitution, Canadians. You're subjects. Trudeau, Poilievre were happy to sign that off. If you don't believe me, I have Poilievre in his own words. His Majesty, King Charles III, I swear and bear my allegiance. He did it publicly the day Queen Elizabeth died. He hailed and swore his allegiance right on Twitter publicly to King Charles III. He's a sicko, a nut job, a crown narcissist, no different than Justin Trudeau. And he will not change the narrative for Canada. He will lie and say he will, but he's legally allowed to lie to you. Like they're all legally allowed to lie to you. They will not get rid of the oath of allegiance. They will not separate themselves from that foreign crown, because that foreign crown gives them their crown to administer on all of you, the people here in Canada. Canadian subjects and Indian savages, forever and a day. Nobody can dispute it. There is no historical records from any government source to state the otherwise. No matter how many times they make up names like Indigenous, Aboriginal, First Peoples, they can go on and on and on. It's nice, it sounds great, but is it the truth? No. The Indian Act is the truth. And even the Arctic Council is all fabrication for Canada. You were all cemented, and I've already highlighted it, you're all cemented in those Arctic Council acts made by Canada as Indians, approved by the Indian minister under the Indian Act. It's a con job. Always the lie. Our Constitution and those amendments, it's savages and subjects. That's all there is legally in the real legal speak and the actions of your government. Environmentalism is not what they sell it to be. It's a way to crush the subjects. Turn the rag until every drop of your blood is out of it and collected, and that wealth is transferred to a wealthy elite. That's all it is. There's nothing else. And many are waking up to it. Many countries are going, fuck you guys. We're gone. We're gone. Europe's a mess. Europe's a mess. The wars, the energy poverty, the food insecurity, all created by the crown colonials, and the current president of the United States, the traitor, Joe Biden. That's truth. That's truth. Many credible experts are speaking up. Atlantic Charter 2021, Commonwealth Charter 2012, bound on every member state, UN state, of the Commonwealth of Nations. Canada, you're in there like a dirty shirt. Your politicians love it because that British system, old, supposed to be gone, grants them the power constitutionally to rule over you autocratically with no rules of governance, no real rules on how to govern or any kind of accountability. Zero, none whatsoever. They do and say what they want, change the goalposts whenever they want, and steal everything you have and everything you're ever going to have, making your life harder, worse, transferring more wealth, always on an explosive incline, getting worse and worse. Your debts grow while their wealth grows at the same pace. Sick, disgusting, and wrong. Get this shared out. We can't make it up, folks. That is the truth. All your Canadian politicians, federally and provincially, are all in on it. Nearly all of them are in on it. They are given a crown to steal, lie, cheat from you. In the name of environmental socialism, which is divine socialism, to transfer your wealth away and let foreign billionaires sue you for their losses when it doesn't work out. Subjects always pay. Why? Because a subject is a slave. Now, they can't do it to USA. The Constitution is strong. The Supreme Court is strong. And it's independent. And even dirty old Joe Biden can't get it nullified. He's subject to it. Americans are citizens. We, many of us in the Commonwealth, are subjects. Go look up the definition in Webster's. That's a slave. Go listen to the testimonials of all those Americans long gone from the War of Independence. Learn what a citizen is. Learn what a subject is. These are real historical truths left for you. A detailed log of the truth and the fight, a great fight, that we're ever only one generation away from losing everything. And that is on us now. That's on us now. Canada's going forward. They love the crown. They're going to continue to administer this divine justice against all of you, the subjects and the savages. There is nobody to publish anything else to dispute it. There's nobody. No great Canadian lawyers, no experts, no anybody. Nobody has ever produced any documentation to support any other narrative against that. That's the truth. Learn it, folks. Experts are speaking up throughout the European Union today, and all kinds of former and still current colonials who are saying, no, we can't do this. We have to say, no, we have to walk away. Joe Biden is losing everything for America. He didn't do anything great. All he did was try to cheat world peoples out of everything they're ever going to have. He wants to be king of the world on the international stage in the face of everything that is America. The worst president the United States of America has ever produced. The biggest traitor of the World War II allies, the biggest traitor of the American Constitution itself, the biggest traitor the American people ever could have elected to office. It's scary, it's real, it's in our face, it's right now. Get this video shared out. It's important. People need to know. And if you think that your Canadian politicians are going to save you, they're down with the crown. They wear it proudly on their head. Every MP from every party, they're all with it, regardless of what they tell you. It's in what they publish. It's in what they put into writing. And what they've put into writing, what they voted for, is opposite of what they tell you. Right now there's ads on the radio. I heard it yesterday. Oh, Canadian oil, Canadian oil. Canadian oil can't leave our coastlines. It hasn't been able to leave our coastlines since 2020. What world stage of oil and natural gas are we going to do in this country? We don't have the capacity tankers. We don't have the deep port capacity docks. We don't have the pipelines to send it there. It's a lie. It is a lie. A feel-good statement to you, the subjects and savages. A lie. A lie, a lie, a lie. In the name of International King Joe Biden, under the new Atlantic Charter, removing all what was the allies of World War II. Basically, Joe Biden saying, hello, world. I am now the president of the Axis Power Colonials. Look at me. Look at me. I'm Joe Biden. Piece of shit. Truth. Worst president of the United States of America. Joined up with King Charles III, no problem, under Queen Elizabeth when he was prince. Signed the new Atlantic Charter. He's down with it. He has all the radical Green New Agenda, which is divine socialism, turning citizens into subjects globally. He would do it to the Americans. He's already got them financially on the hook for it through all their pension plans, their 401ks, all the way through to all the government pension plans. Doesn't matter. They're all one and one overseer, and that's BlackRock, largely in charge in massive majority. And Joe Biden's already went with those wealthiest of wealthy to rob the American people blind. He has. And it's fallen apart, which means what's going to happen to the American people and their pensions? I already know what's going to happen to all Canadians and their pensions. Get ready for another 2008-9 reset on our pension plans. It's coming. We already see it. Everything you go look to buy, the inflation is radical. It's out of control. Nobody can afford nothing. People are suffering. And it's only going to get worse in the next 2 years. And flip-flop. You can't vote your way out of this, not with the mainstream parties. They're all down with it. Pierre Poilievre is completely down with it. The 3 or 4 policies he likes to speak on publicly, he's got 152 others in complete polar opposite to everything he says he is. He is the world's biggest, fattest liar in Canada today. He is one with Justin Trudeau. He's just the flip side of the crown. And he's going to crush us. No different than Justin Trudeau's crushing us. Jagmeet Singh would crush you too. Because you're subjects and savages. Exactly how King Charles III wants it to be. UK is in a turmoil in the House of Lords. They're going to be leaving. I bet you they're going to leave. They're going to betray their own king. They're going to throw him in the garbage on it. They're going to throw Joe Biden in the garbage over it. And that is a day I'm going to laugh. And then I'm going to say to Canadians, why are you still down with this when the UK isn't? I thought we model ourselves after the UK. Oh, not that UK. We model ourselves off the 1867 Nazified Crown Colonial UK, better known as the British Empire. That's how we're legally written, and that's how we run. We're nothing like the current UK. It's a lie, because Canada is always a lie. We have much in constitutional dismemberment and redesign to do federally, and we need to have the platform to design and force provincial constitutionalism, territorial constitutionalism, conventions for and by all the provinces and territories. We need to put that in platform and show the Canadian people, the First Peoples, how to do that. A nation within a nation. It's not complicated. I'll be in Texas talking about it, sharing, shooting lives, meeting many more great legal minds in the world, showcasing in real life these great legal minds that I've spent years with in private Zooms that you're all going to get to see, and you're going to find out I've never lied to anybody. And it's me on that stage, not your crown colonial politicians. They're nowhere to be found. You'll find they don't go see U.S. governors. They don't go see U.S. senators and congressmen. They don't. I can show you every single trade contract with a state to a province, and I can show you how it's all been stopped reporting. Our Canadian governments, provincially and federally, have very little to do with the U.S. anymore because we're contrary to them, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's sick, it's disturbed, and it shows. Our investment floods out of the country. Our trade keeps going down with the USA, who, by the way, is our only source of surplus, where we trade more to the US than they trade to us. Everybody else, we have a trade deficit nearly. China, we had a trade surplus. We're going to see what this next quarter brings, a very small one, but at least it's a trade surplus. What about all these countries and all these charters, like the Commonwealth Charter, Environmental Charter, through the Atlantic Charter 2021? How's our trade system with the UK? Oh yeah, it's the worst deficit we have with any other country. We're getting raped over the coals. We trade gold. They trade crypto, Bitcoin. Oh yeah, that's awesome, right? We mine so much gold. We trade it all to UK for Bitcoin. It's all now in the shithole. Wow, I love it. I love how they have total control of our financial sector. Glad we got the charter banks. That's great. I'm glad we got all these private institutions under the Bank of Canada that sends everything to the UK on our behalf. Because why? We're subjects and savages. Wake up, people. Share. It's an important video. I tagged The Guardian in it. I hope they start looking at these Commonwealth countries attached to the Atlantic Charter 2021. Go reference the Atlantic Charter 1941 and the Yalta Conference. They're one and the same. But then that will tell you why Russia's fighting Ukraine, why they went to war with Ukraine when they did, why they're allowed to and nobody can stop it. Because it's a breach of international military law, crafted and cemented, that led to the UN that we all live under today. You betrayed Russia, and now you see the fallout. You betrayed the world. Now we're seeing the fallout. Environmental socialism doesn't work. That's my video. Share. Have a great day. God bless everybody. Bye now.